I'm pretty excited about seeing this movie tonight, though.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited. Yeah, it's been a good year.
Yeah, I'm trying to decide whether I like the year or if it's been kind of slow.
I mean, we had
dude.
Wait a minute.
It's not scary anymore, man. It's not.
I'm not feeling it.
No.
You know what was scary?
What?
X. That was a good movie.
Oh, the Ty West one?
Yeah, for
Did
sure.
you hear they're coming out with like a prequel?
Pearl, yeah, I'm super excited.
Speaking of I like Ty West a lot, but you like Robert Eggers?
Yeah,
Did
definitely.
You see Northman?
I did. It was epic. I mean, come on, absolutely metal. Just like, what are you?
This guy again. It's not scary.
I don't get it. I'm not. This isn't.
Sorry, Northman.
I love Northman. Man, what else was out this year?
You know what one of my favorites was you may think less of it, but I liked the Batman a lot.
I do think less of you.
No,
no I'm kidding.
Better. Are you serious? No. What is that? A witch's hat? Like you couldn't find a ghost face mask after the other two? You're good? Okay. All right.
I mean, Batman was okay. Maybe not for me, but I mean.
Okay, let me test you with this one then. Top Gun Maverick.
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely yes?
Absolutely yes.
Okay,
come on.
Good. I thought we were going to have to go find a different seat or something.
No, it's movie of the year. Easily.
Are you guys talking about Top Gun Maverick?
Oh, yeah. Do you know what that is?
Yeah, I saw the original on Amazon Prime.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
You saw the new one, right?
Yeah, on my phone.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome to Tavern Talk. I'm Philip, and joining me this week, Stephen Beason.
Hey, how's it going? I'm happy to be here.
No, thank you for being here.
No, you've been trying to get me for a while, so I mean, it's nice to be
hot commodity.
It's nice to be in demand. Yeah, no,
absolutely.
For sure.
Well, we talked really soon after we kicked the show back up again after the COVID pause and everything.
Yeah,
But you are like a director, writer in your own right.
Well, in my own right, yeah. Did a short film called Hopeless Romantic,
right,
which did decent on the festival route. Got some new projects kicking up. We actually we made the finals in Austin, Texas. So,
okay, nice.
Yeah. The Austin After Dark films.
That's how you
awards.
Build the buzz with the shorts, right?
Yeah.
Well. Once again, happy to have you here, and
I'm happy to be here.
To have you here to discuss a movie tonight. This week we're talking about another A24 release this year. They've been kind of pumping them out this year.
They have, yeah,
putting them in theaters more so than I feel like they have.
Well, I think that's part getting back after COVID.
Yeah, for sure.
And I mean their distribution is still kind of
they platform it a lot.
Yeah. But no, I mean Everything Everywhere All at Once.
I am paying attention.
There was X.
What?
I mean, there's been a lot of just bangers from the company lately.
And Everything Everywhere All at Once, huge success for them. I'm curious if this one's kind of gonna sneak in and be like a kind of sleeper hit of the end of summer here, because it kind of has to borrow some vocabulary from the movie, it kind of has that vibe to it.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think that it's gonna quite reach everything.
No, not at all.
But I could see it being
that one was like lightning in a bottle.
Yeah, but I could see it being kind of a cult classic.
For sure.
Yeah.
Well, and I should mention, so we're talking about Bodies. That's the movie we're talking about this week.
Absolutely.
Comes from director Halina Reijn. I don't know. I don't think it's her first feature. I think she's done a little bit of theater. I know she's done some theater work, but I think she's done some TV work as well.
Well, and she's Dutch, so I think she had done some features over there. Which,
okay.
When I first read that, I was having flashbacks to Paul Verhoeven.
I got 7 of the worst awards.
Paul Verhoeven came from around that area, and he was a super respectable, Academy Award winning
director
over there, and then he comes over here and he's like, I'm gonna make RoboCop.
the future of law enforcement.
You know, like,
Yeah, that's your yeah.
And I respect it. You
Hey,
know?
RoboCop's got some ideas though, right? It does.
Some of the right ones. Yeah, right.
It's got some stuff going on.
Total Recall, Showgirls. Yeah.
Yeah, well, this is not exactly in that vein, but
No, but
this is more. It's kind of, I don't know. I'm interested to hear how you would describe it. I would say it's kind of a like I don't know. It's got some like Clue murder mystery elements to it. It's got some slasher elements.
You know, and I came like prepared. I wore like my Friday the 13th shirt. It's not exactly that.
No,
it's not exactly. It's definitely toying with those ideas, that kind of like slasher camp murder thing. It reminded me a lot of Harmony Korine's Spring Breakers.
Come on, y'all. Why acting suspicious?
Okay, yeah.
It was kind of like that. It's definitely that level of like satire, that level of like kind of Gen Z, lingo and stuff. But in a murder mystery setting.
Yeah, very in your face with the bright colors, the music.
Oh, definitely.
All that. Yeah, the tone of it overall was very much Harmony Korine, like especially the Spring Breakers, Beach Bum era.
Yeah, definitely.
No, I hadn't thought about that one because I'd mostly kind of like relegated my thoughts to this being kind of a teen slasher flick, but it's really only part that, like you were saying.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a twist. Not to get into spoiler territory just yet, but. It's Harmony Korine. You were talking about the neon colors. It also kind of reminds me of like Nicholas Winding Refn.
Want to fight?
Okay,
who was also from, I think, Norway. Like he was Dutch or somewhere around there.
I will misspeak on where he's from.
I don't know, but he was the guy who did Drive.
Yeah.
Want to fight?
Come on.
Yeah. Drive, Only God Forgives. Yeah.
Want to fight?
Very neon.
Very like it was in the name of one of his movies. So
exactly.
Very much about that in his visual aesthetic.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
But yeah, so like normally, kind of what we do on this is obviously we just came out of watching this. What would you, as far as like your verdict on it, what would your initial reaction be to the?
I mean, just kind of like first impression. I really liked it. I mean, the satire is pretty sharp.
Yeah.
I was actually surprised. And I'm not like a massive fan of Pete Davidson, honestly.
No, yeah.
No, I mean, I think he's almost like an acquired taste a little bit,
Very much so, but I'm not sure I get it. Like, I see him on SNL. I'll laugh here and there. But I don't know that I fully get it. And maybe I'm just not supposed to. Like, I've kind of resigned myself to feel like I'm not in that generation that is the target anymore.
And I mean, like, I'm part of the generation, but I don't get it sometimes. But no, I was like pleasantly surprised.
Yeah.
I thought his performance was actually really funny.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's maybe just like he had the right director here or what, but yeah, he was great. Entire cast, really.
I was going to say, going off of that, I did really enjoy kind of the ensemble here. Kind of the standout to me, like Amandla Stenberg from she was Hunger Games and Hate You Give. Is kind of the lead here with Maria Bakalova, who was in the Borat sequel last year. Yeah,
she was nominated for like Best Supporting Actress, and then she was nominated for like Razzie for Worst On-Screen Chemistry with.
There's a whole other like side to that.
Yeah,
story.
right. Yeah,
but no, she like. So seeing her in Borat, obviously, it was like, oh, like, obviously she's up for kind of some extremes, antics, and things like that.
Sure,
but, this being her first kind of, like, true narrative feature, like, debut.
No, I thought she was great.
I did, too. Like, she played into, her character has to be very, like, unsuspecting, very sweet. She's kind of our conduit, really, to this whole world.
I think so. She's kind of like that church mouse character.
Exactly.
Which you had in Spring Breakers, too, with Selena Gomez.
Right.
I think her character was literally named Faith in that movie.
Yeah, you're right. I'm pretty sure you're right.
So they're kind of playing off that. Rachel Sennott, I think.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
I was going to say her. She
was almost like MVP for me, coming off of Shiva Baby.
Yeah,
like just,
breakout hit there. But yeah, I was going to say the same thing. 100%.
Yeah, she's fantastic.
We talk about it being kind of a slasher, being kind of a whodunit type thing, but it's really funny as well. Like, there's a lot of comedy to it.
It's more of a dark comedy than it is like a horror.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't go into this and like expect, it's like Nightmare on Elm Street.
There's maybe like 2 jump scares, maybe.
Well, and there are some unsettling moments. Like, there is some tension. It doesn't feel unearned. Like, you feel the danger, but there are those moments of levity.
Well, what I liked about it a lot was that it could have that really playful, very satirical tone, but the characters were still, like, the writing's really good. I guess I should say that.
100%. Yeah.
It's so good to the point that like these conversations feel. And I mean, I'm sure there was a certain amount of improvisation in there and everything as well. But
for sure,
they just flow very naturally. People are talking over one another. This is a group of friends, and a group of friends, like the majority of them have known each other for the better part of their lives, and so like the arguments feel very natural. The insults, the quick makeups and everything, like it feels very natural to the group that we're kind of stuck with.
No, for sure. And I mean, these are not like a majority of these are not super likable characters.
Also true.
It's kind of going for that slasher thing where like everybody's terrible. You know?
Yeah.
But
I will say likable though. Poor Greg, man.
So how do you play?
Oh man!
Not to spoil anything too much, but Lee Pace.
Greg has
great.
the worst. Yeah.
Lee Pace is definitely the oldest cast member here, and he's meant to be like the older boyfriend of Rachel Seno's character.
Yeah, and they play off each other.
Yeah,
hilariously.
He's great. Like
fantastic.
I don't. We weren't ever supposed to know what he was going for or what type of like guy he was playing, but it was. I loved how he played
there's
with
like
that.
this misdirection about his character.
Very much so.
Yeah. The one thing I will say, like, as far as like kind of going off of like likable characters, like they're still very believable though.
Yes.
That's the one thing is like I think it's very easy for something like this. To be like, it's like kind of too over the top, too cartoonish. They're too unlikable.
Yeah,
but there's still something there. Like you don't necessarily want to see them get murdered.
Right. Well, no, yeah.
I mean, like.
So, and kind of the big thing about this movie is like it is. We talked about the satire and everything. It's kind of been looked at as like, a takeout of the Gen Z. That's as they've been labeled, that generation, and kind of, being absorbed with social media, being absorbed
and I think that's kind of like part of like the narrative too, with like the symbolism and stuff. You could probably do like a deeper reading there about how generation nowadays is like too plugged in. They're not able to like handle certain situations, especially.
Well, and I love that like a whole point of this is that they are doing this kind of hangout during a hurricane.
That all you got, mother?
They know this is about to happen. And so one of the major plot elements is that it takes out the electricity. They have no phones. They have no way. They are left to connect with one another solely on these levels that they've been able to hide with that social media.
Oh, for sure. And it feels very purposeful too.
Well, now, that was my favorite part of the movie overall, was that the way these characters kind of we get to meet them, at these points.
You get that setup.
And they slowly it slowly is revealed about all of them, the dynamics between each of them and everything. And I thought that was done really well.
Yeah, well, I mean, and it kind of goes back to, I think it was like Martin Scorsese one time I saw in an interview that he was like, characters don't necessarily have to be likable, but they have to be interesting.
Yeah.
And I was pretty well captivated by almost all of them.
Yeah, no, that's exactly it. Because even like someone who is, I'm not like saying like I'm an old curmudgeon or anything.
No.
But I'm not in this generation. And like,
sure, yeah.
And even though like I may not be up on or understand or know, reference points or whatever, I still was invested in these characters no matter what. They transcended
and they feel realistic.
Yes.
Like they don't, I mean, you see a lot of slashers and stuff where it's like, oh, okay, like we know this guy's about to get murdered.
Right.
He's,
No, it's a solid, it does follow the beats of a slasher as far as people dropping, but it does have a nice enough twist. And how it turns out to really be satisfying. Like I thought the end was especially satisfying.
Oh no, for sure. Yeah, I would agree with you.
What did you? I did want to ask, because a lot of this does take place just like on a filmmaker level. A lot of this does with the lights going out there's a lot of darkness, and it is set in this single location, like in this kind of mansion of a house. Did you feel the only thing that kind of like detracted from it for me, I guess, is a little bit of the staging. I didn't always feel like we were in tune with where everybody was at, or how one event would lead to another. Yeah, I mean, they were definitely limited in their location. I mean, this obviously isn't the director's first feature, but I think probably first of this scale, maybe. Yeah. And so, I mean, you look at someone like Quentin Tarantino, where he started out, that was all in like one warehouse. That was like Reservoir Dogs. Clerks was Kevin Smith. Same thing. So, I mean, I think that's definitely a budgetary thing. Okay. Yeah. But I mean, I do kind of agree with you that there's kind of these moments where it's like, this house is so huge, I wish I had like more of a landmark. Yeah. They needed like a giant stuffed bear or something where you're like, oh, okay. That's the giant bear room. There's one point, like, what made like me think about this was there's one point where a character has died, and there's a bloody staircase. Yeah. And then later on we see a staircase and there's no blood on it. And I was like, oh, is something supposed to have happened? But then like 2 shots later, we're back at the other staircase. And I was like, oh, okay, that was just a different staircase in the house. Well, I will say there's like one moment where you were talking about Lee Pace, his character. There's a moment where he's working out in this like indoor gym. Yeah. And you're like, where did that indoor gym come from? That one I just chalked up to them being ridiculously rich. And yeah, for sure. But it's like, I didn't remember seeing that. No, they didn't establish it beforehand. No, that's for sure. No. I mean, for kind of like a summer, slasher, I mean, I think it definitely has that like cult classic kind of future makings of. Yeah. Yeah, no, that's, I definitely agree. Like, I was worried going in that the satire and the kind of poking fun of the Gen Z like crowd would be a little too on the nose, because like obviously the director and writer are not of that generation either. Yeah, well, I mean, I was worried about that too, but it really didn't hit you over the head with it. No, it didn't. I mean, because there's a way. Do I? No pun intended. No. Because there's a way to do that movie where it's like old man yells at cloud. Right. Yeah. Get off my lawn. Yeah, no, exactly. But it does have like just enough nuance. Yeah. You care about these characters just enough. Yes, exactly. And it's still funny. Like, it's still really sharply written. Yeah, and making us care about these unlikable characters, like you said, is kind of the lock it had to unlock, the thing it had to unlock to make it work for a broader audience. And I think, like you said, it did that really well. I think it does have that appeal. Like, I think you could go into this, like, even if you're not a fan of slashers, even if you're not a fan of, like, murder mysteries, horror, whatever, like, I think the majority of people could probably have a good time with this. Well, that said, what we do at the end of the reviews here is do an out of 5-star rating. So what would your star rating be for Bodies, Bodies, Bodies? I mean, just like coming out of it, I mean, I'd probably say like a 3.5, 4. Yeah. I mean, I think that's pretty fair. Yeah. I don't think it's like a masterpiece, but I had fun with it, and I think this is going to be a director that's going to be worth keeping up with. Kind of like watching her career, because this is a strong debut. Yeah, no, I really enjoyed the tone of it. I thought it was really funny. I laughed a lot. Like you said, the ensemble really worked well together and made us invest in these characters. Yeah, I'm going to go with a solid 4 out of 5. Like, I really enjoyed it. Yeah, about a 4 out of 5. Yeah, I could see very much, like, on repeat viewings, me loving this more and more and, like, picking up on more things. No, and it does have that kind of, like, rewatchability to it. Very much so. You want to go back and see if there's, like, any clues to what's going on. Like, I feel like there's a lot of little audio clips, like little like remarks that we maybe didn't hear because of some of the laughter that I'll pick up on later as well. Yeah, for sure. But yeah, it's 90 minutes, just over 90 minutes, so it's a really quick watch. It's a tight runtime. Yeah, it is breezy. It goes by. There's one plot point that doesn't get resolved that kind of bugged me. Oh, we'll have to talk about that after that. And we won't spoil anything. We're not going to spoil it, but
You might notice it,
Oh.
and I mean, the story is like so ridiculous in a lot of ways that it's not too distracting.
Right.
But I was like, wait a minute, what about the text? Like, what about the
Oh,
thing?
yeah. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
No, we'll
like,
definitely, I got a whole comment on that after
Yeah,
this.
no.
But no, yeah, that's, I mean, wholeheartedly, I think both of us would recommend seeing Bodies.
Absolutely.
If it's playing near you. Definitely
Come
check
see
it out.
here at the movie tavern. Yeah, exactly.
You stole my line.
Oh,
man.
I'm
You
sorry.
stole- no, I'm just
dude,
kidding.
I'm like,
That's, you got it. Like,
no,
here,
of
I'm gonna-
course. Like, we're here. What are you doing? Like,
No, hey,
it's a
that's-
4 out of 5. Come on.
No, I was heading right there. But no, thank you
Absolutely.
for joining me, for talking about this, for doing this. I
Absolutely.
really
Thank you for
appreciate it.
having me, man.
Absolutely, yeah. And thank you guys for watching. You know, if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the notification bell. We upload a new review of the biggest release every week. So hit that notification bell. You'll be notified when we do that. But that's it for this week. Thank you, Stephen.
Thank you
Movie
so much.
Tavern. And we'll see you next time.
Bodies,
Peace.
bodies.